CPI conference in Bishnupur discusses delimitation process, calls for NRC implementation before any electoral changes in Manipur. Security forces seize weapons, arrest drug smugglers and crack down on extortionists in major operations. Wushu champion Naurem Rosibina Devi appointed Deputy Superintendent of Police Sports by Manipur government. And Thadao Students Association condemns objections to Hun Thadao Cultural Festival celebrations in Assam by Kuki Inpi. Hello and welcome. You are watching ISCOM Primetime English News. This is Nancy giving you the news in details. During the 49th Annual Local Conference of the Communist Party of India, CPI, held today at Kumbi in Bishnupur district, former State Secretary of CPI, L. Sotin Kumar, emphasized that the delimitation exercise should not proceed until the issue of illegal immigrants in Manipur is resolved and those occupying reserve forest areas illegally are removed. The conference was also attended by several CPI leaders, including State Secretary of CPI Manipur State Council, L. Thoiren Singh, former State Secretary, L. Sotin Kumar Singh, State Assistant Secretary, M. Joy Kumar Singh, District Secretary of CPI Bishnupur Districts, C.H. Sarat Singh, and other CPI members. He stated that the CPI has consistently opposed the delimitation process since 2002, arguing that it should only take place after addressing the presence of illegal immigrants from Myanmar and clearing out those who have settled unlawfully in the reserve forest areas of the state. Sotin Kumar further highlighted the importance of conducting the National Register of Citizens (NRC) before the delimitations, as the exercise is based on population data. He suggested that without resolving the issue of illegal populations, there could be a significant reductions in the number of assembly seats for the valley, potentially dropping from 60 to only 5. Addressing the ongoing unrest in Manipur, which has now entered its 22nd month without clear normalcy, he pointed out that the root cause of the conflict is a large-scale influx of illegal immigrants. He argued that proceedings with delimitations before addressing these underlying issues would be unreasonable. Security forces in Manipur have intensified their operations across the state in an effort to curb insurgency, drug trafficking and extortion activities. In a series of targeted actions, law enforcement personnel conducted such operations and area dominations exercises in both the Hill and Valley districts, leading to multiple arrests and the seizure of arms, ammunition and illegal substances. During one such operations in the western side of Chingkai Ching under Porompat police stations in Imphal East District, security personnel recovered a large case of weapons and explosives. The seized items included a 9mm pistol with a magazine, an automatic single-barrel gun, 3 number 36 hand grenades along with 9 detonators and a .303 LMG magazines. Additionally, they recovered 144 rounds of 5.56 mm live ammunition, 6 rounds of .303 live ammunition, and 3 rounds of 9 mm live ammunition. Several magazines of 4 INSAS rifles and LMGs were also found, along with a radio wireless set, 2 bulletproof helmets, 2 bulletproof jackets, and 10 anti-riot cells. Other recovered items included a blank cartridges, an empty ammunition box, 5 tube launchers, and 2 sack bags. Officials believed these items were intended for use in violent activities and posed a significant threat to public security. Further investigations are underway to determine the source of these weapons and identify individuals linked to their possessions. In a major breakthrough against narcotics trafficking, Manipur police arrested 3 drug smugglers who were caught transporting illegal substances along National Highway 2, which connects Imphal to Mau. The security forces intercepted the suspects and recovered a total of 461 soap cases containing suspected heroin powder, weighing approximately 5.5 kg. Authorities have launched an investigation into the matter and are working to uncover the border network responsible for smuggling these drugs. The seizure highlights the growing challenge of narcotics trafficking in Manipur and the ongoing efforts by law enforcement agencies to combat the menace. In another successful operations, Manipur police arrested 2 active cadres of the KCP PWZ from Thangtek Terakong under Nambol police stations in Bisnupur district. The arrested individuals were identified as Wairakpam Jagatchandra Singh, also known as Theko, age 31, and Pebam Roman Singh, also known as Naupung, age 28. Both individuals were allegedly involved in a series of extortion activities and had issued monetary demands to various establishments, including a shop, a doctor, and an oil pump, and a private school in Imphal West and Nambol areas. Security forces also seized 2 mobile phones used by the suspects in their illegal activities. In a separate operations, Manipur police arrested 2 active members of the UNLF Koireng. The arrested individuals identified as Thongam Ronaldo Singh, age 26, and Kuraizam Michael Singh, age 28, were allegedly involved in extorting money from drug operators transporting goods in Imphal and Bisnupur districts. During the arrest, security personnel recovered several items, including keys to multiple Tata trucks, 2 truck challans, a 4-wheeler along with its key and smart card, and 2 mobile phones. Authorities suspect that these individuals were part of a larger network that targeted commercial vehicles operators along key trade routes in Manipur. Further intensifying their crackdown on extortion, Manipur police arrested an active member of the Socialist Revolutionary Party. The suspect, identified as Tayenjam Sanatomba Singh, age 43, was apprehended near Standard College in Kongba under Irilbong police station. Sanatomba had reportedly been serving monetary demands and issuing threats to various government officials in the state. Security personnel recovered 2 mobile handsets and a sum of 1,010 rupees from his possession. Authorities are now investigating whether he had links to other extortion cases. With these latest arrests and recoveries, security forces have reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining law and order in Manipur. The People's Revolutionary Party of Kangleipak, PRIPAK, today marked the 45th uprising day of its armed wing, the Red Army, across various locations, including its central headquarters, general headquarters, 707 Mobile Battalion, tactical headquarters, base areas, transit camps, and training centers. At the CHQ, the event was attended by the chairman of the Interim Council, who served as a chief guest, along with the Charge d'Affaires of Publicity and Propaganda and the Assistant Charge d'Affaires, who presided over the functions. In a statement released by PRIPAK's Department of Publicity and Propaganda, the significance of the day was emphasized, marking the establishment of the Red Army on March 26, 1980. The statement further mentioned the participations of various units and leaders in the commemorative event. During the central event at CHQ, the chairman of the Interim Council expressed that the challenges and suffering currently faced by the people of Manipur were a direct result of India's divide and rule policies. He also accused external armed groups, allegedly originating from foreign territories, of being brought into Manipur and collaborating with Indian security forces. The chairman reiterated PRIPAC's commitment to achieving sovereignty for Manipur and condemned the ongoing occupations of the region by Indian security forces. At the GHQ, the Chief of the Army Staff delivered an address joined by leaders from the Medical and Family Welfare Department and the Finance Department. The CAS paid tribute to past revolutionary leaders with a gun salute and reaffirmed PRIPAC's stance against external influences in Manipur's political affair. The 707 Mobile Battalions, in collaborations with the NSCN GPRN, also commemorate the day with NSCN Chairman Yung Ung taking part in the proceedings. PRIPAC accused the Indian government of conducting a proxy war in Manipur and pledged to continue its struggle for sovereignty. The statements concluded by calling for unity among revolutionary forces and urged the people of Manipur to support their movement. Honoring excellence in sports and leaderships, the government of Manipur has appointed Naurem Rosibina Devi, Arjuna awardee and celebrated wushu player, as the Deputy Superintendent of Police Sports. The appointment, personally handed over by Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla, marks a pivotal moment in recognizing her stellar achievements on national and international platforms, including multiple medals in the Asian Games and various prestigious tournaments. Rosibina Devi's dedications to sports and her role as a beacon of inspiration to younger generations have been duly acknowledged by the prestigious appointment. Governor Bhalla conveyed his heartfelt congratulations, expressing confidence in her future endeavors as she assumes this new role. The first State Bank of India branch in the Cycle Assembly constituency was virtually inaugurated today by the Chief Secretary of Manipur, Prasant Kumar Singh, from the SBI Regional Business Office in Babupara, Imphal. The virtual inauguration ceremony held at Babupara, Imphal was attended by distinguished guests, including the Director of Institutional Finance, Government of Manipur, Ranjan Yumnam, the Regional Manager of SBI RBO Imphal, Kumukcham Okendra Singh, and the Assistant General Manager of the SBI Imphal branch, Moirangthem Devakishore Singh. Simultaneously, the ceremony at Cycle was attended by the Additional Deputy Commissioner of Kamkokpi, Sokhongam Baite, along with civil society leaders and community members. In his speech, the Chief Secretary of Manipur highlighted the importance of expanding banking infrastructure in underserved areas of the state, emphasizing its role in driving socio-economic development. He commended SBI officials for setting up the Cycle branch, the 66th SBI branch in the state, and assured them of the state's full support in facilitating necessary administrative and regulatory approvals. The Chief Secretary also advised SBI to establish its own administrative infrastructure to accommodate the growing number of branches and improve customer service. Furthermore, the Chief Secretary urged the bank to increase the sanctions and disbursements of PM Surya Ghar loans in Manipur, with SBI taking the lead in these initiatives. He mentioned that he had previously discussed the matter with the Chairman of the State Bank of India, Chala Srinivasulu Sethi, and the Chief General Manager of Guwahati Circle, S. Radhakrishnan. The regional manager of the SBI, RBO Imphal, Khomukcham Okendra Singh, appreciated the bank's efforts to provide seamless banking solutions and foster economic growth through the new branch. He encouraged the local populations to take full advantage of the banking services available, including savings and current accounts, agricultural and business loans, and digital banking facilities. In a development for the Republican Party of India, Athawale, RPIA, the Elections Commission of India has accorded it recognition as a state party, marking a pivotal moment in its political journey. The announcement came during the National Executive Meeting held at New Delhi's Ambedkar International Center, attended by esteemed leaders including Union Minister of State for Social Justice and Empowerment, Ramdas Bandhu Athawale, and the party's Manipur in charge, Maheswar Thaunauzam. Maheswar Thaunauzam, addressing the gathering, emphasized the party's commitment to serve Manipur, stating that RPIA will prioritize the welfare of Manipur citizens as a regional party. He further unveiled plans to rename all party branches in the state using the Meitei-Lon language, highlighting a deeper connections with the local culture and identity.
10 जनवरी 2025 को इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने ऑफिशियली घोषणा कर दिया कि हमारा रिपब्लिकन पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया मणिपुर में रिकॉग्नाइज हो गया है। तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया कि मणिपुरी भाषा में हम लोगों ने महिला मंडल को चेंज करके हम लोगों ने इमा विंग का नाम दिया।
Caesar Hospitals and Research Institute Private Limited recently treated a unique case involving a 33-year-old woman from Langwal Relief Camp, Imphal West, who accidentally swallowed a toothbrush while attempting to dislodge a fishbone. On March 10, she was rushed to the hospital's emergency department with severe abdominal pain. After an initial evaluations and a chest X-ray, the toothbrush was not visible, and an attempt to remove it endoscopically under local anesthesia proved unsuccessful due to the smooth, elongated shape of the object. The next day, the medical team, led by Dr. Chandragupta Chongthamt, a general and laparoscopic surgeon, opted for a more invasive approach under general anesthesia. The team successfully removed the toothbrush via endoscopy. The patient and her family had been informed about the possibility of needing laparoscopic or open surgery, but the procedure was completed without complications. The patient remained stable and was discharged in good health later that day. Dr. Chandragupta noted that the case was rare and technically challenging, emphasizing the importance of the team's coordinated efforts. The Directorate of Health Services, Manipur, has issued a final directive to wholesalers and retailers in the pharmaceutical sector, urging them to renew their expired drug licenses within 7 days. The notice specifies that establishments whose licenses have been expired for more than 6 months must complete the renewal process immediately. Failure to comply will invite strict actions under the Drugs Act of 1940 and the Drugs Rules of 1945. Issued from Lamphal, Imphal West, the notice was signed by S. Baleswar Singh, Licensing and Controlling Authority of the Directorate. In a demonstration organized by the India Alliance Students Organization at Jantra Mantra, New Delhi, Joysant K.S., president of NSUI Manipur, highlighted pressing issues affecting students in Manipur. He addressed concerns including frequent paper leaks in HSLC and COSEMT examinations, reports of violence against students at relief camps, and a prolonged halt in scholarships disbursements for over 2 years. During the protest, Joysant K.H. called for equitable and accessible democratic education in Manipur. He expressed strong opposition to the UGC Draft 2025 and the NEP 2020, emphasizing the need for reforms to ensure fair educational opportunities and safety for students across the region.
Till today, thousands and thousands of people are displaced and living in relief camp. Students and 9-year-old student in relief camp have been recently raped, murdered. We want to question the government, the Prime Minister, when will you visit the state of Manipur? And when will you visit the people in the relief camp? How long will the internal displaced people stay in the relief camp?
The Central Agriculture University, CAU, in Imphal West has launched a comprehensive training program aimed at enhancing the cultivation techniques of oilseed crops for farmers in the northeastern hill region. The training program, titled Oilseed Crops for Farmers of Northeastern Hill Region, is organized in collaborations with the Indian Institute of Oilseed Research, Hyderabad, and the All India Coordinated Research Project on soybean, groundnut, and rapeseed mustard. The three-day event, inaugurated today, features sessions conducted by expert resource persons focusing on the cultivation practices of groundnuts, soybeans, and other oilseed crops. Participants will be educated on modern farming techniques and best practices to optimize yield and quality. The Indian Red Cross Society, IRCS, Bishnupur district branch, under the leadership of President and Deputy Commissioner Laurembam Bikram, has extended support to families in need across Towwold and Kozumand. Essential relief materials, including tarpaulins, health hygiene kits, and blankets, were distributed to ensure better living conditions for the beneficiaries. The initiative was carried out with the active participations of IRCS Bishnupur District Branch Secretary, Dr. H. Roman, Joint Secretary, E. Premzit, and Executive Member W. Tolango, Publicity and Public Relations Committee Coordinator Dhanachandra Huidrom, along with life members T.H. Joychandra, S. Rakesh, and Sanatomba also contributed to the smooth executions of relief distributions. The distributions drive aimed to assist families facing hardships, ensuring they receive the necessary support to improve their living conditions. The IRCS Bishnupur district branch continues its humanitarian efforts to reach out to those in need, reaffirming its commitment to social welfare and community service. The Federations of Civil Society Organizations, FOCS, Manipur extended its greetings to the people of Manipur on the occasions of Sajibu Nongma Panba Cherawa and Idul Fitr. In a statement, the organization urged the public to celebrate these festivals responsibly and peacefully. FOCS highlighted that Cherawa, which marks the beginning of the Meitei New Year, symbolizes renewal, prosperity, and spiritual growth. However, given the current socio-political situations in Manipur, the organization called for a mindful celebrations, stressing the importance of unity and caution amid the ongoing tensions in the region. The statement also acknowledged the challenges faced by Manipur due to the influx of illegal immigrants from Myanmar, urging people to remain vigilant and considerate during the activities. FOCS also addressed the upcoming Idul Fitr, a significant festival for the Meitei Pangal Muslim community, urging for celebrations that foster harmony and mutual respect among all communities. The organization emphasized that these important occasions should not be marred by any untoward incidents and encouraged everyone to uphold the spirit of brotherhood and peace. While preparations are in full swing to mark this year's Hund, the cultural festival of the Thado community, the Kuki Inpi Assam and the Kuki Sioux groups in Assam, namely UKDA, KRA and KLA, have issued a statement against the celebrations in Assam, stating that Thado Hund is harmful to Kuki unity and that any separate identity that contains Kuki is banned in Assam. Hund Thado Cultural Festival is a significant annual celebration of the Thado community, marking the arrival of the new year and serving as a platform to honor their culture, customs, and religious beliefs. The Thado Students Association, TSA, has strongly condemned the undemocratic and unconstitutional dictates issued by Kuki Su groups in Assam and Kuki Inpi Assam, KIA, to obstruct the celebrations of the Hun Thado Cultural Festival 2025 in Guwahati on April 4th. The TSA, in a statement, has asserted the Kukis should focus on their own affairs and not interfere in Thado cultural matters. It also said in Assam, Thado is constitutionally and legally distinct from Kuki. As an indigenous community of Assam, with the Thado Mauzada institutions representing the community's deep-rooted presence as the son of the soil in Assam, we reject any forced association with a Kuki. The TSA also urges the government of Assam and the union government to take immediate cognizance of these threats and initiate legal actions against those responsible for issuing such illegal and coercive orders. It also calls upon law enforcement agencies to ensure the safety and security of attendees and organizers of the upcoming Hun Thado Cultural Festival Celebrations 2025. Journalists protested in Guwahati today against the alleged politically motivated arrest of senior reporter Dilwar Hussain Mazumdar. Mazumdar, who works for the Cross Current and serves as the Assistant General Secretary of the Guwahati Press Club, was taken to court on the same day, where the police requested a 5-day remand. Protesters, including journalists, editors, activists, and student groups, gathered outside the Guwahati Press Club in Ambari. They condemned the arrest, viewing it as an attempt to suppress press freedom and silence dissenting voices. The demonstrators chanted slogans criticizing the state police and authorities before forming a human chain and proceeding towards the Pan Bazar police station. Tensions escalated briefly as police personnel tried to prevent their advance. Similar protests also took place in Jorhat, Dibrugarh, and Biswanath, where journalists demanded Mazumdar's immediate release. Mazumdar's detention occurred on March 25th following his attempt to question Dambaru Saikia, managing director of the Assam Cooperative Apex Bank, regarding allegations of the multi-crore recruitment scheme. A video shared by the Cross Current showed Mazumdar engaging with Saikia, who suggested continuing their discussions in his office. Shortly thereafter, Mazumdar received a call from the Pan Bazar police station and was detained for nearly 12 hours. The Rajya Sabha Congress Chief Whip Jairam Ramesh has filed a privilege motion against Union Home Minister Amit Shah for allegedly making derogatory remarks against Sonia Gandhi, chairperson of the Congress Parliamentary Party. The motion comes in response to Amit Shah's speech during the debate on the Disaster Management Bill 2024, where he implied that during the Congress regime, the National Prime Minister's Relief Fund was under the control of a single family. Although he did not explicitly mention Sonia Gandhi's name, Congress argues that the statement was a direct attack on her. In his notice to the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, Ramesh contended that the Home Minister's remarks were misleading, defamatory, and intended to malign Sonia Gandhi's reputations. He further asserted that such statements amounted to a breach of parliamentary privilege and contempt of the House. About 320 kilometers south of Russia's Moscow, Oryol has experienced a population slump of over 8,000 people in the past few years. To boost its declining birth rates, the Oryol region in western Russia has announced that schoolgirls will receive about 1.02 lakh rupees in cash to have children, the New York Post reported. It has now become the first Russian city to give away cash for teenage pregnancy. There is no minimum age requirement for pregnant girls to enroll in this scheme. Teenage girls more than 12 weeks pregnant will be eligible for a one-off payout of 1 lakh Russian rubles, equivalent to over 1 lakh rupees. Now the headlines once again. CPI conference in Bishnupur discusses delimitation process, calls for NRC implementations before any electoral changes in Manipur. Security forces seize weapons, arrest drug smugglers, and crack down on extortionists in major operations. Wushu champion Narem Rosibina Devi appointed Deputy Superintendent of Police Sports by Manipur government. And Thadao Students Association condemns objections to Hun Thadao Cultural Festival celebrations in Assam by Kuki Inpi. Now that's all for today's bulletin. Thank you for watching ISCOM Primetime English News. Have a good night.